Busy people getting fit in Fulshear, Texas. Our aim is to help you look better, feel better, and perform better as quickly as possible. I'm your host, Bryan White with Blue Eagle Fitness and Nutrition. Welcome. Hey, what's up, everybody? I am here with Miss Camille Adams she's very excited. She's a very excitable person. She is here with us. She owns Safe Splash. You actually, how many different Safe Splash locations do you own?
I have 5 that are currently open across Houston inside of LA Fitnesses, and then I have my one brick and mortar here off 1463 in Katy.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
And then 2 summer camps just for fun.
2 summer camps.
They run just seasonally. So we do them at a HOA pool or city pool.
Okay.
So we just use them just for a short amount of time in just the summer.
Is that in the Fulshear area? Or?
We don't have any of those in Fulshear. We have one in Cypress and one in Sugar Land.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
So I guess technically 8 this summer. Sure.
The number just keeps getting bigger.
Money goes out. That's all I know.
Got it. Perfect. Okay, so we want to get to know you a little bit better. Can you tell us a little bit kind of the beginning, where you were born, where you were raised, and a little bit from there?
Yeah, so I was born in Houston, grew up all around the Houston area. My dad was and still is a swim coach. So we grew up moving around a lot with different teams. I say we a lot when I talk about my childhood. I have a twin sister. So when we moved around, we moved for coaches or my dad's job, one thing or the other. So graduated in 2010 from Cy-Woods High School in Cy-Fair School District.
Okay.
And then swam all throughout high school, decided I wanted to swim in college, made that commitment and swam for Texas A&M. And so went there and finished school there in 2014.
Okay.
And there it is.
And so that was 2014. You were swimming at A&M.
Yep.
And that's the highest level you've ever swam.
Nope. Continue.
Oh, no.
Well, you said childhood.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought we were on a roll.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No, it's okay. So went to the Olympics twice for swimming. Had the absolute honor.
No, but step back. Back it up. Okay. You're just I just showed. So I tell people that I went to the CrossFit Games in 2018.
Okay.
No one said, "Hey, did you compete there?" Right? No one has ever accused me of that.
Yeah.
But you actually went to compete.
I was. Yeah, I was on Team USA, represented the red, white, and blue. So I went my sophomore year after when I was attending Texas A&M in 2012, and then again in 2016. So finished school in 2014, and then had the absolute honor and privilege to swim professionally, which very few people get the opportunity to do that. And so it sounds glamorous, like football and baseball and all the fun stuff. But you make very little bit of money. You made like $10 million a year or something. Exactly. You make very little bit of money, but I didn't have to work, fortunately enough. And so I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina, swam with lots of other Olympians and professional swimmers out there. And that's where I trained for Rio. Yeah.
Okay.
My second Olympic Games.
Your second Olympic Games.
Games.
So Rio was in 16?
Yeah, and then London in 2012.
London was 2012.
Yeah, so I was 5th in London and then 4th in Rio. Just barely missed getting a medal. I know, so close. And
what stroke?
I did 200 butterfly.
200 butterfly.
Definitely on the distance side of things.
Isn't that the one that everyone hates?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know much about swim, but I know that no one likes the 200 fly.
Yeah. So I mentioned Ashley, I have a twin sister. So we grew up and my dad was a swim coach and my parents are kind of like bang for your buck type of people. So we were not swimming a 50 free and being done in 30 seconds. It wasn't going to happen. So we swam the mile, the 400 AM, the 100 free, 200 fly, all the really fun ones that you're there till the very beginning and the very end of the meet. Right. I'm sure you understand.
I do.
So we did that and my sister really loved the mile and that was pretty much it. Even 1,000 was kind of short for her.
Okay.
As she got older, and so we both swam at Texas A&M, which was a really fun experience to be able to do that together. She swam our first years, and then after I made my first Olympic team, she took a little bit of a break our junior year, and then senior year she came back as our team manager. So she did that my senior year and then our 5th year, and now she coaches. So it was just a really cool opportunity for her to kind of work in a passion that she didn't know she had, and now she gets to do it all the time. So it's kind of cool.
Very cool.
How that worked out, yeah.
Very cool. Okay, and now you run 6. Is that the number we said? Okay, 6. Sure. I'm gonna have to look at your shirt. I have to look at your shirt because sometimes call it swim splash, but it's Safe Splash and Swim Labs.
Yeah, swim school.
Swim school.
It. Yeah, there you go.
So I know it because you had the big banner that said Two-time Olympian. And I was like, let's send my kids there. Why would you not? Why would you not? Okay, so you're doing that, but what do you like to do for fun?
Yeah. So I'll back up a little bit. When I retired in 2016, I was an education major, so I thought I wanted to teach. One of my biggest passions in just life is just teaching people.
Okay.
I'm like just a big lover of people in general, and so taught in the public school system for 2 years, but just really like miss being around the water. I didn't really want to coach, but I also knew that like I didn't really want to be confined to like four walls in the same group of kids for an entire year, and I really wanted to get back to a sport that gave me so many opportunities. So taught in the public school system for 2 years, and then we bought the business in May of 2018. And so kind of going back to your like fun question, I really do enjoy doing stuff like this. I like watching stuff like this. I love podcasts, like all that kind of stuff. I'm a big like learner. I think I always will be. The teacher in me, that's where I get it from for sure. But you know, we love to travel. My husband and I have a 5-month-old now, so she was born in January.
She looks
she's really
so
cute.
precious.
She's really cute.
Really,
cute. I'm biased because you have to be as a mom.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm not biased.
Yeah, exactly.
No, she's
really
precious
cute.
and cute, right? I mean, I like little girls. I have 3 girls of my own. But I also know at 5 months old, there isn't just a whole lot
of like exciting things happening. No, I'm just joking. So that's where a lot of our fun happens these days. Honestly, just watching Harper. We adopted her, so that was just a really cool experience, getting to kind of go through all of that, and now just watching her grow. And that's what a lot of fun just happens playing with Harper. She's almost sitting up on her own now.
Okay.
So lots of things start to happen around that 6-month time frame. So it'll be a fun summer for sure. She starts swim lessons in July, so we're excited to do that.
Yeah, 6 months.
Yes.
Is that like, because I know Kaylee started, we started with her at 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Is that
that's usually the earliest you would start them. At least that's what we do. So it's very much like water acclimation, water safety, bonding with the water, bonding with the parent or guardian in the water, like stuff like that. So
you're making it. That's not what we do with Kaylee. No.
You guys just threw her in.
Well, the instructors told me to get into the water, and he said, "Sir, I need you to get in the water because I need you to be the first face she sees. I don't want her to see what I'm about to do." So took Kaylee suspended her over the water at about 6 feet above. Drops her. She goes straight down feet first, and then she squirms up, and I grab her.
And it's your fault. Don't do that. No, we don't really do that at Safe Splash. Ours is a lot more water play, fun in the water, bonding in the water at that age for sure. But yeah,
I'm sure we did that. That's the only thing I remember.
Sticks out. I'm sure it sticks out for Kaylee too. She's probably traumatized.
Hey,
look at her go. Look
at her go. Yeah, now she can swim. Good job.
Way to go, honey.
Good job. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so let's see. What else do we need to know? What do people kind of in the area need to know about Safe Splash? Yes.
So we teach kids at our brick and mortar location on 1463, 6 months all the way up to adults. So whenever my husband and I looked at buying a swim school, it was really important for me that we didn't like limit the age or the ability or the skill level, I guess you could say. I wanted kids to be able to dream of going to the Olympics and learn everything they would need to know to join a swim team, learn all 4 strokes, so that was really important to me. And then also a lot of swim schools will level kids out at like 12 years old. And for me, that's just like, I want anybody that wants to learn the life skill of swimming to learn how to swim. And so it's just a life-saving skill. It's a life skill. And so it was important for me that even adults would have the opportunity to do that. And so when we looked at Safe Splash, it's under the Streamline Brands umbrella and the Safe Splash Swim Labs. And so when we looked at that, it was just that they kind of checked all the boxes for us. Okay. And adults are actually some of my favorite classes to teach.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It's just there's not many times as an adult that you learn a new skill. Number
Correct.
one.
I completely agree.
When's the last time you learned how to do something new?
Yeah, exactly.
And then also a skill that can one day could save your life. And so, for me, that's just like, there's a lot of pressure and power when you're teaching little kids and confidence. And it's like when they're little, there's so much more than just learning to swim that goes with swim lessons. But as adults, a lot of it really is they need to learn because their kids are learning. Their kids want to go to the pool, stuff like that. So the confidence piece is definitely there, but it's confidence in the water that we're trying to teach and stuff like that, and the skills that go along with it. So, yeah.
Okay. Very cool. What does an adult class look like?
It's very different. We don't break them out in like specific levels because we think it's actually like kind of motivating for a more advanced adult to be like, oh, look, that used to be me. My first day, I didn't even get in the water either. And then for a more beginner adult to look and be like, okay, how long have you been here?
Yeah, sure.
And they see kind of the trajectory, if you will. So we mix them all together. So it really looks a lot like our kids' lessons. We do like a warm-up skill. All of us learn by doing things repeatedly multiple times. So we still do lots of that just like we do with kids, lots of repetition. But mostly, adults want to learn like how to float on their back and how to get from one side of the pool to the other. So you kind of have that evaluation. What is their end goal? Is it just to be able to like push their feet off the bottom and stand? Are they trying to lose weight? Do they have any skill background? Some of them, had a traumatizing event as a child, similar to Kaylee. And then, they come back around and they want to learn, right? Like, so you have to overcome that fear initially and then work through it. So it's really empowering for the instructors, I think, to be able to do it too. So, I mean, I do like teaching all the levels, but adults have like a special place for me.
Okay. Yeah. Very cool. I didn't realize that you taught adults.
We do.
I mean, to swim. I know we had talked previously about your swim labs part.
The more competitive group. So the Safe Splash is the Learn to Swim, and then the swim labs is definitely more like triathletes, high level swimmers, even just swimmers that just are trying to join a swim team. They already know all 4 strokes. We'll do some private lessons and stuff like that. We've actually started using it for some water therapy as well. We have somebody that comes in and does some like it's pediatric mostly, but water therapy. So she started to use it. So it's just a really cool, it's an endless pool if you haven't seen the Swim Labs brand before, but it's basically like a treadmill, but for swimming. And so you swim into this hydraulic system, into this current, and you stay in one place, and we have mirrors and cameras and all the glitz and glamour. And I would totally wish I had it when I swam. I'm like, man, I wonder what would have happened if I could have trained in one of these. And so it is really cool, especially kids these days, but really everybody. We're such visual learners. Kids look at everything on their phones. And so it's just good for them to get that immediate feedback with the mirrors and then the delayed feedback to go home and review with their coaches or parents later, just to really make sure that they're still growing in the sport. And it's really motivating, and hopefully they see me as like a mentor, and they get to spend some time with somebody that's been through it all.
Very cool.
It's cool. Yeah, it's definitely. I do love the Learn to Swim side, but really like my heart is the swim labs. It's so fun. And watching the kids get really excited about dropping time, and they'll text me and stuff like that. It's just really cool to be able to kind of give back on both sides of the sport. So,
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so the last thing we're going to talk about is just living a healthy life.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
So, as a new mom with a 5-month-old, but still, right? I mean, here's the deal. I can tell you with 3 kids, like it
never gets easier.
Yeah, and it starts with I'm not going to take care of myself because I'm going to take care of my baby.
Right.
And then the baby is 17
and
years
then it's
old,
just a giant snowball.
and until you realize, wait a minute, right? And so, but you're doing something, right? So,
I still do.
So tell us a little bit about what does a healthy life look like
journey. To you? So I am somebody that has to work out. I don't do well with stress if I don't work out. I worked out for a living for 24 years. So I still do like Orange 3 or 4 times a week. It's just, it's class based, which is nice for me. I'm a big, like I said at the beginning, I'm a big community person. I love people. So I'm not somebody, which is interesting though as a swimmer, because the swimmers spend a lot of time staring at a black line by themselves. Maybe that's why it's all bottled up. So I do still do that, but just overall in general, I'm a big advocate of sleep. I always have been. So even with like a newborn, we still try to get as much sleep as we can. But like my ideal night is like 10 hours.
10 hours of, so I like to think of it as sleep opportunity. So the time that you lay your head on the pillow with the lights out
So when you wake up,
when the alarm goes off, how long?
My sweet spot is like 10.
That's 10 hours
9 to
for
10.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
So
10 is like,
that'd be you going to bed about what time?
I usually like 10:30, and then I don't really wake up before 7 anymore. I don't have to. I own my own business, so I get to have a little bit of flexibility. But yeah, I mean, with a newborn, obviously, like some nights you're up every 2 or 3 hours. But that's like my ideal. That's when I feel like I function best, physically, mentally, emotionally. Like I do best with like that amount of sleep. So big advocate of sleep as well. We are pretty decently healthy people.
Right. That's not right. Let's go back to sleep. Okay. What does your bedtime routine look like?
So obviously with swimming, like routine was really, really important. It's a lot of the way that I manage nerves, obviously competing for Team USA on the highest level. Lots of nerves that can go along with that. No way.
You just show up and swim.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a big advocate, advocate of routine, sleep routine being one of them. And you see it even more now with like a newborn and you're like, wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
It's huge.
Correct.
Right. And so, I watch Law & Order SVU. My husband and I have been married 5.5 years. It'll be 6 years in October. And every single night before we go to bed, we either watch Law & Order SVU or Blue Bloods. My poor husband.
I mean, those are not the most like sleep-inducive
not at all.
shows.
Not at all. But I am love a crime junkie. That's like, it's my thing.
Okay.
Any real crime podcast, that's where I'm at. So watch that every night. And then, I usually fall asleep while my husband's still watching TV. I make him stay up 5 minutes after I go to sleep. He can't fall asleep before me. And then, in the morning, I like to drink a bunch of water right when I wake up. There was a girl I trained with. Her name's Elizabeth Beisel. Lots of Olympic medals. And she would chug a bottle of water. She would put it on her nightstand and chug a bottle of water every single morning before her feet hit the ground. And it was just really motivating, I guess, to just watch her do that every single day for years and years and years. But, she was a big, did lots of stuff with what was going into her body, especially as an Olympic athlete, what you're eating, what you're drinking, how much water, trying to be your best for every single workout. So I still do I drink a lot of water. Okay. I am a coffee person, but I only try 1 cup a day. But it's hard. In the summertime, it's hard. And especially with a newborn, it's tough. But yeah, I'm not crazy strict schedule. I am pretty type A, but as long as I'm working out and getting enough sleep, usually everything else kind of falls in place. It's when I don't get to work out or I don't get to sleep, then the bad decisions of Mexican food every night or Great American Cookie, those types of decisions start to take hold. But yeah, we do. I mean, everyone thought we would have Harper on a very regimented schedule because we're both super type A people, but I actually don't. I'm pretty relaxed about it, shockingly. I think the way we live our lives is so on the go that don't really have the option to do that when you are a mom and you have a business.
Oh yeah.
Try to do all of it. So
we're very cool. Thank you very much. We learned a lot. Hope you had a great time.
Yeah, of course. This was awesome.
And we will see you again next time.
Yeah.
And y'all have a great day. Bye. You can get every episode of Busy People Getting Fit wherever you listen to your podcast or on YouTube. You can also reach us at busypeoplegettingfit.com. Until next time, thank you for listening.